welcome to the Business as Usual podcast, helping your business bounce back. I am your host, Lisandra Pagan, business contingency consultant, and I help business owners plan, prepare, and recover from events that can cause business closures. My mission is to help to reduce the number of permanent business closures, and that's why I have prepared a set of worksheets that will help you develop a basic contingency plan. If you haven't downloaded them yet, you can find them at deliverplan.com. And this episode is about preparing for, responding to, and recovering from natural disasters. And for the purpose of this episode, I will use as example hurricanes, because as recent as 2016, Hurricane Matthew caused damages to about 279,000 businesses across 4 states. And while I was reading about the damages, what really struck me was the percentage of businesses that receive disaster loans. We always think that if you go through a disaster, you will get assistance. Well, let me tell you that, for example, in North Carolina, businesses applied for disaster loans and only 43% of those loans were approved. It's amazing because 57% of the businesses were not granted loans or any assistance to recover, which means that more than half of the businesses were left on their own, destined to struggle and probably close because it is very likely that they wouldn't have enough resources to recover and start over. Now, I want to emphasize that it's possible to minimize losses caused by natural disasters by simply taking preventive actions. Hurricanes specifically are the type of event that you get warnings with time enough to prepare. And I must say that there's much that can be done, especially if you know your business is located on a high risk area. For example, if you know your business is located on a flood prone area, you should be vigilant for weather conditions and be always prepared to react quickly. How? Well, initially you need to have your inventory in water-resistant containers if you know it's a flood-prone area. Also, you can simply stack your inventory on higher shelves. It's as simple as lifting your shelves a couple of feet or purchasing a whole bunch of plastic containers and securing those items just to make sure that there won't be any water damage. I was surprised to see the damages in coastal communities where at least 3 days before the hurricane, you will receive a warning and that it's time enough to act. So here are 3 steps you need to follow to prepare your business for natural disasters. Number 1, know your risks. If you know you are in a flood-prone area, hurricane-prone area, a tornado-prone area, make sure you have insurance. Also plan for those specific risks. It is a good business practice to have emergency plans, so be very specific according to the risk of your area. Number 2, plan for business interruptions. This is where much more can be done, and we as business owners fail to be proactive. If you know that a hurricane is on your way, why wait until the last day to take some actions? If you know that a hurricane will cause disruptions to your area, I recommend you act before it's too late. My recommendation, rent a U-Haul or a refrigerated truck if you have a restaurant and move as much inventory as you can. Why? Because you will never recover 100% of your losses. Even if you have insurance, you'll never recover 100% of your losses. So it's always a better option to protect your inventory and move it if you need to move it, then try to document and recover losses. And number 3, protect, secure, and due diligence. As I just mentioned, you will never recover 100% of your losses. So take actions to protect as much as you can, because we all know that insurance payoff is never enough to cover everything. So do your part, move things if you have to, and protect what is yours. That is my recommendation. This is the most common mistake I see most of my clients make. They know the building will suffer damage and still wait until the last minute. Even worse, they don't protect their inventory, just place sandbags, place plywood, and that's it. That's all they do if they know there's a hurricane coming. And I know it is a hassle, but I always recommend if you know your area will be flooded, like a coastal community where the probabilities of storm surge and floodings are high, move as much as you can. So, just to recap, this is exactly what I will recommend. Rent a refrigerated truck and protect your steaks and seafood if you own a restaurant. I will do as much as I can. Rent a U-Haul and move your inventory. Even if that means that I have to close one day before everyone else just to move my inventory. Why? Because anyways, that last day of operations is never as profitable as we might think. People is busy, people is doing things at their homes, and most of the time they don't have time to shop or they don't have time to go to a restaurant. Plus, you will guarantee with your actions that you minimize your losses. So these are the 3 steps for this week. Okay, so here are the 3 action steps for this week. First of all, know your risks and review your insurance just in case you need additional coverage. Number 2, plan for business interruptions and really consider maybe closing a day before just so you have time to protect that inventory. And number 3, protect as much as you can. As I always mention at the end of the episode, if you feel stuck at some point when developing your plan or strategies, book a free consultation with me. I would love to help you. Just visit my website, deliveraplan.com, and click on the consultation link so we can talk about your business. This is it for this week. I'll talk to you next time.